Hi everyone, this is Salvi coming to you with some VTuber news today. I do try to get you as much as I can, and of course I do hope I earn a subscription, and I do hope I earn a follow, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And of course be sure to do that before the video ends, and I do hope that you enjoy the things that I have for you. Things just went from bad to worse in the Owozuverse, the Owozu universe, whatever you want to call it. Sorry for rhyming a little bit there. Rakkun, which is a talent inside of Owozu, here. She became independent on January 29th, 2024, and she was, of course, supposedly victimized by Drakeout, and others were victimized by Drakeout, which is the bad manager that kind of, went and did a bunch of bad stuff. And of course, I will give you guys a bit of a rundown as this person over here so graciously did. Napina, as context for those, of course, ends up winning a lawsuit recently, as you saw, because there was not enough information given, not enough for the specific case that was put against them. Everything seemed to have been too circumstantial, too much hearsay, I'm guessing. Things like that were happening. And of course, in a court of law, you have to kind of go by that. Of course, a lot of times they do have those things, and it could be Owozu just has better lawyers. Could be something like that. But from what I've seen, from what people have told me, it was just the judge didn't find that the things that they were asking for were warranted by the facts that they were showing, at least according to the judge. Rakkun, which is one of the biggest VTubers in the community, ousted as a manipulative, lying individual who only made things worse for other girls in her own personal quest for revenge. In the past few years, she kickstarted a harassment campaign against those who didn't fully support her or declare neutrality, starting a bullying campaign against an innocent person, manipulated her former coworkers into starting the lawsuit, and would go nowhere, and made her best friend endure a lot of psychological damage just so she can gain clout. The list goes on and on. These are all, of course, alleged things. Both ex-Owozu talents and unrelated VTubers are attacking and blaming each other for the failure of the lawsuit. In addition to this, the fact that it was found out most of the things they claim they suffered were exaggerated or, according to the court, a lie or things like that, made up by Nene and Rakkun, has damaged their reputation. In VTuber news, this is where they go and say Rima and False haven't been properly portraying it because this is my take. This is my take on this short little section here. They were manipulated by Rakkun too. Rakkun seems to be like a very good manipulator, and they're like the facts of the case, the facts of the matter, everything has been manipulated to benefit Rakkun. It seems like, again, this is allegations. This is just my little idea of what's going on. I could be very wrong, and if I am, of course, correct me, because I have no problem being corrected when I'm wrong. This is what I've gotten from the information that I have. It's the biggest Spanish-speaking community drama since Nimu has been nothing since the main indicators. Rakkun has been ousted as basically SINDER 2.0. Worse, in my opinion, because of what I'm going to show you. What she has done is actually gone and leaked private information. Private information. This is horrible. This is not good. And she is, of course, going to hopefully get sued for this. Because this is Rakkun, of course, again. She went on her stream and went and actively doxed other people. Not like, showing their Discord usernames, because she did show, Discord chats and things like that. That's fine. No one would consider that doxing. But she showed off, as I said here. I'm going to use this as a rundown because I do not want to show the full part of the stream. This is just one section of the stream that she was showing, actual things that are like, okay, that's fine. It's Discord, whatever. But the other things that were shown, which exposing personal phone of other ex-Owozu talents live stream, she was being basically people here, instead of just being like, hey, this is the story, this is what's going on, this is my side of it, she decided to show her side of it, of course, show some receipts, which is fine. No one has a problem with Discord DMs. I technically don't like showing them too much, but most people don't have a problem with that. Let's see. They expose the RUT or the Chilean DNI or whichever, even though the Chilean, it's a little bit different, I believe. The RUT, from what I've heard from other people, it doesn't show your face. Still, she did show it of the RUT, which is where you can get the address, pretty much as full of a dox as you can get. Ex-Owozu talent Nene on live stream, something which is illegal under Chilean law, and she risks being arrested. And I'm still surprised, like I said, I'm still surprised that her stream is still up. She probably doesn't think that, anyone cares or that she would be exposed. She revealed secretly recorded Discord calls, despite telling the other side she doesn't, thus recording them without their consent. Now, there are places that are one-party consent. Countries, provinces, states, whatever you want to call them. There are places that are one-party consent, which means that all that needs to happen is one side needs to know that the recording is happening, usually the person recording. You don't have any legal requirement to tell the other side that you're recording, but a lot of parts, including, I believe Chile is one of them, that has two-party, I believe. Or at the very least, you can't tell them you're not recording and then actually record them. That type of thing. So openly leaked the address and real-life name of several VTubers in the community. Oh, and also, from what I've heard, besides doing the RUT, she showed the face of the mom of one of the people. So not only did she, show the personal information of somebody, she also doxed people's family members, people who aren't even included or shouldn't be included in the beef. If you have a beef with somebody, beef with them directly. Do not bring in family. Do not bring in children, even if it's children, adults, whatever. Even if it's like their parent, you're like, they're family, so whatever. They're not involved in your beef. Do not bring them in there. And then openly leaked the address and real-life name of several VTubers in the community, leaked the names and homes of other ex-Owozu talents' families. So you're not only going after the person, you're going after their families. This is the worst thing you can do. When it comes to the doxing, this is really bad. This is like, doxing is bad in and of itself. It's the worst thing. It's really horrible. I just hate it. I absolutely hate it. Like, I've been doxed. That's why I hate it, because I'm a victim of doxing myself. Nuclear doxing. They know my family's names, faces, and everything. So I know exactly how this feels. There's a certain group of people that did that to me, and I don't want that to be done to anybody else. I exposed the private life of Kendamurft and Chessie VT, including their S life, for no real reason at all. Just to kind of, I guess, be like, haha, I know this stuff, and now everyone does too. Attacked, doxed, leaked personal name VTubing news channel Fuel, because, according to Rakkun, Fuel was a conspiracy plot of Owozu to try to take full control of VTubing news, thus monopolizing it so Owozu can create drama and whitewash themselves at will. She sounds very conspiratorial. Unless you have actual proof of this, actual proof of them talking to each other, actual proof of them conspiring with each other, you just look like a nut job by saying those things. General sociopathic behavior during the stream. Reaction to the stream has been overwhelmingly negative. Almost all VTubers in the community cutting ties with her, while her stream moderators openly called her out during the stream. So, even her stream moderators were like, this is not the take you want to put it out there. This is not what you want to do. You're being a manipulator. For your own moderators, which are people who are usually the most devout people and usually the most people who are most likely to defend you, they are very loyal. In the way they've been with me, at least. I have had some moderators betray me. I've had some people close, moderators of my Discord, trying to take it away from me and betray me that way. I've had one person do that, and it does suck, but that does not paint every other moderator out there. Moreover, several content creators are considering taking a lawsuit against her, which absolutely should happen, which can make her end up in prison under Chilean law. I absolutely hope that happens, because she has done illegal things. You have put someone at risk by doxing somebody like this. The reason why I'm so against it, you can swat somebody, you can, send other threats. People who are unhinged can actually go there and be like, oh, you're hurting my Oshi, or you angered my Oshi, or whatever, and be like, I'm going to take revenge on them, because they won't do it themselves. That kind of thing. I don't like what's happening here. This is not the take. This is not it, Chief. This is not it at all. And someone says over here very, very properly, I thought April was over. I wanted a month without big drama like this. The regular news stuff that I put out and that type of stuff. Yeah, there's a couple of things that happen drama-wise. I was hoping this wouldn't happen. Reason why I'm making this kind of thing at all is because this is huge. You do not do this. Rather the DNI, which means just having someone's rut, you can make your way to getting their address, full name, and a ton of other personal info. Basically, much of a full dox as there can be. And it says, the full post is, I thought the title was like, oh, well, did they actually do that? But seeing the full post, Yeah, it's just really bad. And of course, they are outed as being 31 years old, which is neither here nor there. That doesn't really matter to me. The fact is, except for the fact that as 31-year-old or as above 30, you should be mature enough to not dox other people. I'm going to leave it there for here. I'm going to be going and, of course, giving you other aspects of it when I see it. And that is why I haven't covered the responses or anything like that to what Owozu has done recently. I have recently gone over what Rakkun Owozu recently did, and I need to actually put out, I realize I need to put out the responses of the people involved. We have here, Kendo Murph is put out a doc just basically explaining their side, what they think about it, and here is the translation. Hello everyone, I want to clarify that comments made by a third party do not represent my thoughts or words. As Kendo Murph, I have been on my own for a long time, staying calm and not seeking conflict. My community knows that I have always minded my own business and have not interfered in these matters. This matter is very sensitive for many communities, and I believe a third party should not bring up issues that have not been publicly discussed by those involved. Furthermore, I want to make it clear that I was not notified of any of this in advance. Completely open to discussing any necessary issues directly with people involved. Because Kendo Murph was a person put in there. They were, of course, as I mentioned on the other side, they were kind of involved in it, pushed in there by Rakkun. And here we have Fuel, which is the person who was claimed to have been a newstuber who was basically a shill of Owozu, according to Rakkun as well. This conversation was one that was made in mutual trust to achieve peace. It was promised that it would not be recorded, to the point that they demanded that I show them my screen to see that I was not recording. My only mistake was keeping my word and expecting her to do the same. Of course, Rakkun is recording. This is what this means right here. And it's just like, people are also saying, you can never trust that. They did that to me years ago in 2017, Gumi-chan VT, and use it in a misunderstood way just to annoy me. People always record because they know that one day the cake will turn over and they need some way to defend themselves or be able to mention that they did the right thing. And that is the thing. Of course, like I said, some places are one-party states, so that, or states, cities, countries, provinces, whatever you want to call it. So that's a possibility. What the F is going on in your head? Ninin alt. Other people, you know, that were a part of Owozu, that are connected to them in some way, wondering what the heck is going on. Simply put, as a response to the Fin That Show thingy, a person who spends 24/7 recording all of your calls, taking screenshots of all your Discord chats, and monitoring everything around you like they're the police isn't right in the head. For all those people who still care about you, seek professional and mental help. Yeah, because they recorded everything. The Discord stuff, I don't know. It was in poor taste, everything, especially the Discord recording. Very poor taste. I hate that they did that. I hate that that even happened. And it is illegal in many places. Since you put on a show, you could have defended yourself with all the evidence you had, and that was it. But you messed up incredibly by bringing in people who had nothing to do with it. How dare you involve family members and outside romantic relationships? How low, and the emotional control as well? Yeah, that's freaking low. Like in my other section when I actually covered everything, that's low, man. You don't involve people that aren't involved in this. You can put out Discord messages if you want of the people involved, but these are people that had nothing, and I absolutely mean nothing, to do with this. This is freaking crazy. I don't understand why they decided to go that route. But I did want the people involved, the people who are hurt, to be heard and be seen. As a bit of a palate cleanser, I'm going to be talking about, of course, Otsuka Rei, who also has her daughter on a lot of her streams, because, of course, you know, sometimes it's hard to have daycare when you're doing that kind of stuff. So she decided to put her daughter on stream as well, which has been something that has warmed the hearts of many, myself included. Here we go. Let's take a look at what's going on here.
中継をつないでみましょう。もしもし、レイカちゃん？ママだよ。みんなもいるよ。見えるかな？ Hello. Hello.
That's so
レイ
cute.
カちゃんはいい子にしてますかね？いい子？してる？してる。してる？そっか。ママで今日ワンバンライブをやってるの。 レイカちゃんはそこで何してた？
姉ちゃんと遊んでた。
あ、姉ちゃんと遊んでたの。
This is
レ
very
イちゃんと
cute.
楽しい？
楽しい。
よかったね。ほら見て、今日はリスナーさんいっぱいいるよ。見える？
たくさんいる。
たくさんいる。レイカちゃん、ママいなくても大丈夫？寂しない？
寂しくない。
寂しくない。ほら、みんなもレイカちゃんのことを見てるよ。ハロー。
ハロー。
That's so
じゃあ
so
みんな
cute.
見てるし、レイカちゃんも一緒にお歌歌ってみる？
He does sing with mom.
ピカピカハッピーピーペーパー、ハッピーピーペーパー、ピーカー、ペタンペタンペタン。
Okay, so that is enough. That is enough sugar, like the sweetness to give you diabetes. And that's why I wanted to put it in there. There's been a lot of negativity, at least today, and I want to bring you a little bit of happiness and kindness there. This one is taken directly from the Hololive subreddit, the fans of Hololive, which is I like to go to the specific subreddits when I'm trying to find stuff here sometimes, but I do also have the original Twitter account that had posted it, which is Hololive TV, the Japanese version of, Hololive. Hololive has their EN and Holostars, etc., but their Hololive TV is where they post a lot of the Japanese related stuff. So, we have here, Hololive production official announcer, Holo AN, Holo Anna starts. Basically, it's a Hololive announcer channel, apparently. Nodoka-chan has been appointed as the official announcer. In addition, an announcer channel will also be open. We will deliver various information regarding Hololive production. Click here for the channel. So yeah, here, starting on the 7th, is when her first video / live / whatever it is going to be on there. Might want to change the name. What's really the point? Can't they use the main channel? Of course, people are going to have an issue with that. They want to split things up in case if it doesn't work, in case if things don't go well, is my guess. That way it doesn't actually affect anybody. It was already streamed 7 hours ago, so I might as well cover some of it. You know the look of it.
この後すぐ新人アナウンサーとしての初配信が行われる予定です。できた
So
のです
yeah,
が、補修の甘さによりその後再破損したため、
it is a
結果
news
として
channel.
作品内での
It's pretty much like a news on other things, but it is directly Hololive news by Hololive people. And of course, in this case, Nodoka, bringing out other things. I guess that's her employment form.
はい。ということで、ちょっと一つずつ見ていきたいんですけど、あまりにもこちらちょっと見づらすぎるというところで、はい。ちょっとこちらにしていきたいと思います。はい。あ、これは事例です。で、出会ったまして、
So yeah,
そこで、で、ちょっ
her
と、
this is like her I believe this is like your application to for employment in Japan, I believe. This is an employment application for Japan, and it's basically showing everything about her, not her being there, her profile, reintroduction of who she is, what she likes to do, what she likes to play, where she is working, pretty much the things that she's doing, all the production she's been a part of. Little bit more of an introduction thing here of Holo AN and everything that they're going to be doing, kind of giving you a run through of everything there. And of course, big congratulations to Nodoka. And yes, what they're doing this separately so it doesn't interfere with anything Hololive related. The Hololive official channel, they don't want to add something like news in there that probably won't do too well. That probably will take, because what a lot of people don't understand about YouTube is once you're in a niche, once your niche is already established and you already have your audience established, anything outside the norm, anything outside of the ordinary that is not a part of what your audience usually sees will screw up your algorithm. It'll screw up your algorithm. That's why people make VOD channels. That's why people make gameplay channels. That's why people make, like me, if I had a news channel and then I make a gameplay channel, that's why people do that. They do that because it is an issue with the algorithm itself. So they don't want to mess up their algorithm. They don't want to mess up their audience. So they're making something for that separately in order to get another audience and get the people who want to see these news things on that channel and not messing up the algorithms for any of their other channels. Welcome back to the VTuber Showcase, everybody. This is the place where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers. of various sizes, shapes, forms, types, everything in between, languages, etc. Because I want to pull people up instead of tearing them down. I want to be a force for good. Besides, all the drama and stuff that goes on, I want there to be positivity. Today we're talking about Euka Hemlock, Snowdrop, who is a warden and overly protective Onesan, Gen 5 of Live Snowdrop. They are someone who recently popped in. They, of course, right now, how they have 163 followers. It's going to grow, of course. Warden and overly protective Onesan of Snowdrop Live, 5th Gen, The Asylum. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look at something that she has put out, as I usually do.
I like the balls, the chewy balls in my mouth. Yum balls.
She knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. And here we have Euka Hemlock, Snowdrop, and of course other things that right now they just have some lives, which was their VTuber Debut 2.0, Sunny Parable, that type of thing. VTuber Debut was the full one. The 2.0 is usually like the next day where they do something a little bit different, or later on where they do something different to continue on with the debut. And of course they have a couple of shorts here. And I want to thank you a lot, Euka Hemlock, for allowing me to showcase you on my channel. I do hope that this helps you grow in some way. Thank you so much for watching. That is all the news that we have for today. Please let me know down below if you want to know any more news, or if you have any comments regarding anything that you saw here, which I will try my best to respond to. I love seeing your comments down below. Of course, as well, like and subscribe to the channel. That will give you more information every single day. I do 2 videos a day, so hopefully you enjoy.